Hello, this is Cinema 4D Quick Tips, and today we will show you how to use XPresso setDriver and setDriven commands to make a property of one object control a property of another object. Using XPresso setDriver and setDriven commands, you can create setDriven keys directly in the Attribute Manager without having to open the XPresso editor. To demonstrate this, let's construct an emitting device. First, create a cube. Go to the Object tab and reduce the size Y to 60 cm. Adjust the cube in the viewport and rename it to Body. This will be the body of the device. Then, create an emitter by opening the Simulate menu and clicking on Emitter. Go to the Coordinates tab, set the RP property to 90 degrees so that the emitter emits upwards. Leave the emitter up in the viewport so that it is on top of the cube. To be more precise, set the PY property to 31 cm. Go to the Basic tab, set the display color to Custom, and change the color to red, so that the emitter is more distinct. Go to the Emitter tab and increase the X and Y size to 180 cm. To make the emitter emit objects instead of particles, create a platonic object. Go to the Object tab, reduce the radius to 5 cm, make the platonic object a child of the emitter, select the emitter in the Object Manager, go to the Particle tab, and check the Show Objects box. Extend the timeline to 150 frames, and press the Play Forwards button to check the result. Stop the animation and go to the start of the timeline. Now let's create two rotary knobs to control the density and speed of emission. We will start with the rotary density knob with marker line to track the knob position. For this, create a cylinder. Go to the Object tab, reduce the radius to 15 cm, switch the orientation to +Z. Go to the Coordinates tab, set the PX and PZ to -50 and -25 cm respectively. Then create a cube, go to the Object tab, reduce the size X, Y, and Z to 4, 20, and 20 cm respectively. Go to the Coordinates tab, set the PX, PY, and PZ to -50, 7, and -117 cm. After that, group the cylinder in Null object by right-clicking on the cylinder in the Object Manager and pressing on Group Objects. Put the cube in the Null object and rename the null to Density. To create a speed controller, copy the Density object by clicking and dragging it to the right while holding down the Control button if you use Windows, or Command button if you use Mac. Go to the Coordinates tab, fine-tune the PX to 50 cm, and rename the Density 1 to Speed. Now let's make the knob rotations control the density and speed of emission. Select the Density object in the Object Manager, go to the Coordinates tab, right-click on the RB property, select Expressions, and click on setDriver. Select the emitter in the Object Manager, go to the Particle tab, right-click on the birth rate viewport, select Expressions, and click on setDriven Absolute. Right-click on the birth rate renderer, select Expressions, and click on setDriven Absolute. Then select the Speed object in the Object Manager, go to the Coordinates tab, right-click on the RB property, select Expressions, and click on Set Driver. Select the emitter in the Object Manager, go to the Particle tab, right-click on the speed, select Expressions, and click on Set Driven Absolute. Start the animation by pressing the Play Forwards button, select the density in the Object Manager, go to the Coordinates tab, and increase the RB property. At the same time, the density knob is rotated. You can also directly rotate the button in the viewport, but before that, click on the Rotate Tool logo. Then select the speed in the Object Manager and rotate the speed knob. If you are not satisfied with the result, you can double-click on the corresponding XPresso tag to the right of the emitter, click on the Range Mapper node in the XPresso editor that opens, close the XPresso editor, and adjust the parameters ratios. In particular, if you want the emission speed to increase faster when you turn the speed knob, you can increase the output upper property. Thank you for your attention, subscribe to the channel and put your finger up.